Good morning. Thank you.
It's nice to have you on the line. There are many questions that have been raised about this policy, but first of all, from what you have heard, what are your thoughts?
Your question again?
I am asking from what you've heard in terms of the explanations given from the very first time the policy was announced, the subsequent comments of former President Mahama, subsequent clarification. What are your thoughts on what has been put forward thus far?
I think there should be clarity between what we are calling academic fees and admission fees. The first year students, they don't have anything called academic fees. What first year students have is what we call admission fees, and that is a consolidation of all that pieces of fees that they have to pay. So that is consolidated and given to them as admission fee. So that is what is available to first year students across the university. So that is the first clarification that ought to be made. Then the second one is about the needs. Well, I have involved in the admission process. I know there is a huge struggle for students and parents. And the situation is like this. We have two levels of admission. So we admit students whose colleagues are in first year right now, who didn't apply or who didn't get admission because of one reason or the other. They apply. So we will do admission for them, awaiting those who are going to write exam now for the results to be released. So the university is virtually waiting. So we have our continuing students come to school in October. We are waiting for the first year. So as soon as the result is released, we trigger at the admission process. And we give admission to students. Some of them, a huge number of them are not able to pay on time. And for that matter, the admissions have to be revoked. Which means you got admission, but it's later taken off. And they don't get the chance to come to the school. Well, some of them will get admission in other schools, etc. So it is that problem that I understand the policy wants to cure for students. And for me, as one person who admits or gets students into the school, I am happy because that frustration, that difficulty is taken off for parents to plan, to commit their financial resources from second year. So I think it's a respite given to students and parents. Of course, policies are designed to solve a problem. And so long as the problem exists, this policy is laudable, and I think it's welcome.
Interesting. So there's admission fee. So for first years, they only pay admission fees. There's nothing like academic user fees.
No. Academic user fee plus all other items on the fee list are put together for the student to pay. We call admission fee. So the admission fee includes all that. Now, when you take academic user fee as an element, then it means it's less than the fee that the student pay at level 100. So that is what the issue is. So if you take a level 100 student, he will be paying based on the admission letter, and then the admission fee will be inside the admission letter. There is nothing like admitting academic user fee and the admission letter that the student is going to pay.
So if you send me my admission fee right now, you're saying that I cannot tell as someone who an admission is being offered to which aspect of it is academic user fee? You just
no,
say
on the
pay this fee.
Letter, you don't have that.
But but you at the administrative level, if this offer is made to you that we want to take the academic facility user fee out of the admission fee and pay that, would you be able to identify that cost and take it out of the total admission fee?
Yes, the university can identify that and do, which means that you are making the work of the university cumbersome.
But Prof, the former president is talking about 2,000 is it Ghana cedis per student. How much is the average admission?
Yes, so my understanding of the former president is that he's talking about admission fee, because at the humanities level, the admission fees are just around 2,000 for humanities.
Okay.
Sciences are different. Okay. In fact, if you go to medical school, the fee that they pay as admission fee is different. If you go to pharmacy, it's also different. So it depends on the program and the college where the program is resident. So generally, humanities, arts, and the rest, the fees seem to be lower and around the 2,000 range. And that is the admission fee. That is not the academic user fee. The academic user fee will be lower than the admission fee.
But you're saying if that demand is made, that we only want to pay the academic user fee, it makes the work of the university cumbersome.
I think so. Because they will not say that in the admission letter. What they state in the admission letter is the consolidated figure we call admission fee. That is what the student is supposed to go to the bank and pay. Unless now you will request from the universities that you are not interested in the admission fee, which you are actually using for your explanation anyway, that they need to state on the admission letter the components of the academic user fee. Then that can be stated, so that the fees that the student will be paying, the admission fee will be less than less the academic user fee. So that is the work he will be giving to the universities to do.
Subtract the academic user fee from the admission fee, put that together for the state to pay, and then the rest of it the student caters for.
Yes, if that is what is the understanding. But the academic user fee will not be equivalent to the amount that the former president is mentioning.
It will not be up to 2,000.
Yes, so I think more clarity needs to be sought. So if it's admission fee, yes, then it's around the figure that is mentioning. If it's academic user fee, it's less than that figure.
But you also say if I'm entering into the sciences, different.
Yes.
Higher, far higher.
Yes, some are higher. Some are really higher. And if you go to the sciences deeper, so you focus on pharmacy, the admission fee is different, higher than the humanities. If you go to medicine, it's higher than humanities. So if you use the humanities as average, then you are around 2000 and 2005 as the former president indicated.
Interesting. So even Prof seeks clarity. One, are you talking about, are you going to demand the universities take out separate the academic facility user fee, or you want to pay admission fee?
And the question is, why are you bringing in this policy? You are bringing in this policy because you want to sort out the difficulties that parents and students go through in transitioning from SHS to the university. And what if the fee is a barrier? The fee which but it's admission fee. The first fee they pay to enter the university.
So once you take away the admission fee, what will be left for the student to do? Would that be only the residential fee, or there are other fees?
It will be left with the residential fee.
It
will be left with residential fee for the student to pay. That's all.
I see. Prof,
and that takes away the hassle of the student having to get money separately to secure his admission before securing the hall of residence, because you need to pay the admission fee before you can be activated for the hall of residence. So I think it's something that is going to take pressure from the student and the parents to focus on some other things such as the residential fee.
So essentially, Prof agrees with this policy, but think that it should be clearly stated that you are paying the admission fee.
Yes. And that is not the end. I think the former president also identified in his statement, sending a message to the university, because these fees are income to the university. So if they are not going to pay, then it means that income is lost to the university. The university uses this income to distribute to the central administration, the colleges, and faculties, and the departments, to run the department, faculties, and the colleges. So if this money is not available, how are the university going to run its affairs? And the former president indicated that the subvention will not stop. But I think more clarity also is needed in this area. We have subvention largely for payment of salaries. We do not have subvention to cover things of this nature. So is the subvention going to be beefed up to cover this amount that the university will be losing from the fees? I think that also needs to be clarified. He has indicated commitment to keep the subvention, but we need to understand that currently the subvention is largely for the payment of salary.
Great. But then, Prof, because you seem to agree with this policy, but there are those who are also suggesting that with the kind of things that will confront a new government, this is an extra expenditure handle that should not really be entertained. What do you make of that?
Well, I don't agree, even though I buy into the sentiment that we need to engage in prioritized expenditure. And I believe this is one of the prioritized expenditure. I think you just have to come to books during admission period and see chaos. So,
hello, Prof. Hello.
Being tapped out to solve that problem.
Okay, Prof. Prof, we missed a significant portion of what you said in response to the question.
Is there?
We didn't hear majority of what you said. Please,
I said that what we need now is prioritized spending, and I believe this is one of the priority areas to spend, because if you do come to campus during period of admission, you see the chaos. Within a week, admission letters are revoked because of non-payment by students. In some cases, within 2 weeks, admission letters are revoked because of non-payment. The hassle and the rest is taken off. Because remember, these are people who are transitioning from SHS to the university. So you need some serene transition period an environment for them. And I believe that has been identified to resolve. And that is heartwarming. So long as we are minded to engage in prioritized spending, we can deal with this expenditure. Of course, what goes to politicians, what goes into corruption, what goes into bribery, is no more a priority than what we are going to spend on these students at this stage. And I am happy because it is not for the entire school period. I've heard some people asking what happened in level 200 and the rest. I believe the way I understand the concept is that we want to make the transition period smooth. We want to make the transition period humane for the students. That is what has been identified to risk. It does not mean that we are going to pay school fees for students at the tertiary level from level 200, 300, and 400. If that were to be the case, then we will be questioning the fiscal implications seriously, because that will be a daunting task for a new government to carry. But to limit it to admission fees for first year, I think it's something that we should be proud to accommodate.
Thank you. Thank you, Prof, for speaking to us.
Thank you.
Yeah, always a pleasure talking to Prof. Okay, Prince Ahinkra has a comment saying that the facility user fee and admission fee differ from schools. Some schools pay admission fee when entering school. In Unimac GIJ, formerly GIJ, when you get admission, you are required to pay facility user fee, and it's clearly stated in the admission. So it means that it depends from university to university. So I guess when we get there, there will be a way of finding homogeneity. Prof says if what you seek to pay for is the academic user fee, that can be clearly stated in the admission or can be taken out of the admission fee. The rest will be paid by the students, and then they'll cater for their residence and everything. So that is clear. Like I read from Prince is at Unimac GIJ. It says there's clarity when GIJ gives you. They put user fee. They're required to pay facility user fee. And it's clearly stated in the admission letter. So for Unimac GIJ, I don't think that'll be a big problem. So a few comments. Maria Adams, the amount Nanado used in flying expensive private jets alone can solve these problems. I don't know. Is the man still flying the private jet? Where he has stopped? Oh, he has not stopped.